Yo, everybody, what's going on? This is Colleen Poole, and we are about to do playtest. I kind of do it all the time, every day, regarding this situation, regarding this project, obviously. But just excited where the project is going right now, and I am spreading the word about it right now as we speak. So let's get this started up. So this has been in the works, I want to say, softly, for about 20-something years. But not the actual project, but the game design plan, the whole 9 yards. And we're getting this expressed to the best degree now. Let me get this audio a little adjusted. It's a little hot. That should be a little bit better. Yeah, so that's still a little hot. Just change that a bit. 180 should be good, right? So yeah, alright, so let's get this baby started up. So this is the alpha version, what you call it? I should probably wait on that for a second. So yeah, just updated a couple of screens, obviously. Let's get the full screen. All right, let's get this popping. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, jeez. Change this up a bit. Hold on one second. Of course, as soon as I start the presentation, all the audio options are out of reach. All right, here we go. More of an audio balance. All right, here we go. So starting off, I added some more UI options. They got screens. You can see what's going on with the actual controller. All our actual movement options I've been planning out, telling you guys about, but it makes more sense, obviously, when you have it as a visual on screen, because that's what we're going to need for the actual game. So, yeah. Okay. Level 1. Alright, so I have to close up. Yes. So I think this is on medium settings. I think it's because I got OBS open at the same time. Alright, so let's do a volume check real quick.
头再走。滑，头再走。
Alright, so yeah, that is the current build. Getting close to beating Hatsuo. But yeah, I've been balancing them out more. It's been pretty good. Been liking the results so far. I'm starting to fall more and more in love with the project. And just yeah, just building, just adding more, adding more. That's really it's not much else. So yeah, we're doing a bit more with this animation, doing more with the balancing, sound, everything. It's been honestly, it's been awesome. It's been stressful. It's been beautiful. Up and down roller coaster. There's no other way I can put it. But yeah, so yeah, just play test a little bit more. I'll show you a little bit more of the third map, and then we're gonna go back to the first two. Stay on point there. I don't want to give away too much. But yeah, this is her so far. This is how it's going so far. Josh, okay, is that the character and it's supposed to be a boss? Oh yeah, that's Hatsuo, the Kyokushin fighter. That is Hatsuo. In fact, I'll do a boss rush real quick so you can see. Here's the house. Let's see. This velocity wasn't working before. I'm trying to get him to work. Wow, I keep forgetting I put that there. I'm looking at his background, so you see that tells me automatically I need to lower the darkness of this backdrop right here so that it doesn't clash here, because I didn't even pick that up visually even though it was there and I put it there. So if I can't pick it up, that means the player won't. So I gotta fix that. Who's getting cut up? Oh, the kicker. Because the kickers now can block. Whenever they're blocking, I have to change it so that they don't keep making me get pushed back whenever they get hit. But I have it. Everybody's sharing the same hit logic right now. So wherever they are and they're getting hit by a light attack, it's registering as if I did it, even if I'm not there. So I have to make a separate light attack logic. I just did it as a placeholder for anything that was the traps, but now that I have the game more evolved, I need to fix that. Kiske. Fucking Kiske. This is my other demon, Kiske. He's actually the first character I ever drew that was a boss. And he's the one that got me into Rockstar. Along with Egan. Where does this son bitch go? So, we got beef. 25 years worth of beef. Oh! Jesus Christ, okay. I love it. Let's go. That's why I made it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Done. Got him. Knife killing me. You be killing me in my goddamn title. I make you. I just got kicked in the face. This is my Thunderbolt, my inspiration of Thunderbolt. I wanted to have where the fights were much more dynamic, and fights should be able to take place in any situation, you know, even in mid-air. So I wanted to be able to have that ability for the entire level, some of the levels. Son of a bitch. I gotta put the camera volume here so you can see down there. I thought I did, but there's something that's up with what I'm doing with the camera on heavy. So as you can see, guard is meant to be just as offensive as being offensive. For years, I could not stand fighting games' insane bias for being overly offensive with combos. I like it, but there is no balance. And this is what I wanted to change with Legendary Heroes, but I wrote this honestly years ago, and this is literally just the first chapter, first step, getting this so you can see what I'm talking about. So I wanted to make guard as functional as strike. See? So you can be offensive with it and use it as an option and not just as, oh, I'm getting hit, all I can do is block. No, guard is a method of offense. Yeah, you get cut up, buddy. You get cut up. Thank you. Oh, cascade through. Oh, that's bugged right now. Oh, he's fixed. Jesus Christ. Why did I do this to myself? Why? Hey. Oh. Get away from that. Woo. I'm dead. I planned that. Oh my god! I'm playing it out the wrong way. Oh, I love the real-time physics of Unreal. It makes things where even I cannot predict what's happening even when I'm programming it, which I love. I need that randomness. There's things that are preset, but even with things that are preset, it has its own essence of chaos, and that's why I wanted the physics. That's why I chose Unreal. I'm really not trying to big them up too much, or some people would say glaze them too much, but it is what it is, and I've been on this with 3.5 and back in THQ, so I knew what it had to offer. I just needed to get my hands on it. So, when your own game beats your ass. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to be surprised. I don't want to have it where it's the same experience every time. I want to have it where I know that there are elements that are preset, but even in things that are preset, you do not have complete control. Almost like reality. That's why I wanted the real-time physics on. First time I've ever seen real-time physics running with multiple objects with that Half-Life 2 demo from years ago, and that has never left my soul. Once you have real-time physics, that's it. All you got to do is just direct the chaos at this point. But that's just my game design theory. Doesn't mean it's for everybody. Okay, son of a bitch. Playing mad reckless right now. Okay, let's see if we can reset this camera volume. It's really off. This is supposed to be wide here. It's not. Okay, so Cascade's here. Back up. Back up, buddy. Back up. Okay. So it's not registering. Yeah, also wanted to have it where guard, you basically are like lead. You can't do anything else from there. You can cancel your guard. Like when you actually get your first frames of guard, you can let go and then attack. But you won't necessarily get the parry. You'll be able to interrupt, but you won't get the parry. And also having where the guard is a good way to get yourself to reset yourself physically. So that's why I have it where you slam to the ground, you change your velocity. It's like a lot of stuff that I saw in Third Strike that I liked, and I was like, what if we actually could make guard just as tangible as striking? And now, damn! And now, just... oh shit, I think I'm stuck. It stuck me in the geometry. Damn it! It's like, damn. Well, that has to get fixed. But yeah, it's I wanted to have it see with physics bugs. Gotta watch out for stuff like that. You're not gonna be able to control it all the time. Like that. You literally get stuck in something due to the velocity getting blasted back. I love that though. I love that element of randomness. Okay, we got a bit of a crash. Let's restart it. Okay. My original test bed level, then it became its own thing. And it's just a basic template that I'm using for survival mode. It's completely broken right now, but it's still fun as hell to play. As you can see. This is why I was doing a lot of level test designs. As you can see, that's why the geometry looks really raw and mixed up. It doesn't make any sense why this is here. There's a lot of material testing, like sprite testing onto materials, using sprites as materials. The actual cell shading, as you can see around the 3D objects, that was a main strict rule I had even back then. If I'm doing 2D animation, I use any 3D objects, it needs to be cell shaded immediately. It has to be within the context of the visuals. I do not like 2D characters with 3D backgrounds and the backgrounds look out of place with the 2D. I loved it when it came out, but it was the number one criticism that I had with a lot of the Capcom Dreamcast games. They were doing a lot of that. And I was like, why don't you cell shade the 3D backdrops? Like, you guys can do it. You just came out with Jet Set oh shit! Jet Set Radio for another console, with another company. So clearly that tech is there. So somebody can share it. You know what I mean? So I guess Legendary Heroes in a lot of ways is me trying to solve certain gameplay and visual problems that I saw with 2D. Embrace the chaos, and this is why I'm considering calling this. It's not just a beat 'em up, it's chaos fighting, chaos action basically. It is a beat 'em up in its most raw form, but like, oh god! So this is probably going to be a little bit nuts when you start, when I want to get like a versus mode implemented, because there's a lot that you can do with the guard, like, cancel your jump cancels. Bitches, god damn. I was just thirsty. Look at that. What? Oh crap. See? Finish! This is random. I love it. Oh! Who's tossing knives at me? Oh, you. Like I see the light, but I'm like, where's it coming from? So these are basically infinite spawn volumes, so you could just, have fun here. It's a lot. There's some that are preset, but the beginning is definitely infinite spawn volumes, so it's a lot of hot death. I love that I made him guard now. He's so much more annoying to fight in a good way. Every enemy is basically a lesson. Okay, y'all are done. I got stuck there. Yeah, he solves it so you cannot mash. Oh, somebody's falling in death. See? He's caught. Yes, he's caught. Die! Die! Yes. He's trying to block it. Oh, I love it. 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 I'm so glad that worked nice. I have it based on distance, so when you jump up, he jumps up with you and he does a counter. So you always have to be aware. You can mash with certain enemies, but for the most part, not a good idea. And I made it purposefully that way. Oh, Jesus, why'd I put you here again? Oh my God, back up! Jesus Christ! I swear I had the most evil look in my eye when I drew this character. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna torture everybody. Yeah, me included! God. I swear to God I was not drunk when I designed this character. I swear to you I wasn't. Have mercy on my soul! He's blocking everything! I have it where he blocks down to every second. That whiff out. There we go. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die! Come on, come on, come on. Whiff it. That's right, whiff it. Son of a bitch. Ooh, I forgot I made that faster. Ah! Damn, I messed it up. Woo! That was awesome. What up, Steph? What's going on? What's going on? Yes. So a lot of my inspiration for doing the boss designs was Miyazaki with the verses, the Soul series, and of course Elden Ring. I'm a big fan of their AI routines in Elden Ring, and if you ever look at the AI routines, look at some of the videos that show like Margot versus Millennia and whatnot, like those videos on PC, the mods. And they just let the AI routines fight each other. It is the most awesome, fascinating thing to watch. And every character has their own AI routine, so you get to see who has like the best weapon setups versus their routine and how it clocks and changes based on the changes around the area. So it's like, oh, that is so awesome. But one thing that I really liked about the AI routines is not just that they do a certain attack at a certain time, but how they measure distance. And that is like not done in a lot of games, if any. Like all AI routines are almost done basically on them just doing a pattern and you have to beat them within the pattern. With Elden Ring, they have the pattern and they actually change their pattern based on distance. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. So there's two layers that you're fighting against of AI routines, and if you don't keep track of one, the other will get you. That is awesome. So that is one thing I always admired about. Especially with Elden Ring. So I borrowed that method. I was like, okay, well, I got to work on the other one with the pattern and everything. But the number one thing I want to have with the characters is measures of distance and their behavior. And so far, it's working out. You know, I'm working out the bugs as far as one thing overlapping the other logistically. But for the most part, it's getting better. Like with Hatsuo, I have it where you get up to him and he immediately reflects you on guard. But as soon as you are away from him by a certain distance, he immediately needs you as a counter. So it's your job to make sure that you know you're going to get reflected. You might want to block. Don't just be greedy and just mash. But you know, it's going to be people to be private. I could do it. Like, okay, maybe you can do it. Because a lot of the times, even the advice that I'm giving you is not 100% because the physics methods alone, the physics variables alone, can change it by that smallest percent. And that's what I want to keep. And that's the main thing. I did not imagine this being part of the system. Now that I have it, this is the hook. One of the main hooks that I have to keep here. And I'm running with it. I love it. Let's go to let's go back to the chaos here. When did I make this? What's going on, Evil Business? So I started working on this. The game itself, I started working on 25 years ago. I wrote the design document 25 years ago. I've written a lot. You know, it was my journey into getting into it before game design was mainstream or accessible as it is now. Before we even had Unreal. You know, the only middleware program we had then was like, RPG Maker, I think? The first one on PlayStation, I think it was. You know, like there wasn't a lot when it came to that. So I was studying back then. Doing a lot when it came to GameDev.biz and Gamma Sutra and just absorbing. But the main thing that I did, I'm trying to wrap this up. But the main thing I studied was a lot of stuff that came from the behind the scenes and productions of like from Capcom, from Namco, mostly Capcom. You know, studying a lot of Bengus's work and getting a lot of the books from like Kinokuniya. We used to have 2 Japanese bookstores in New York, and now we just got 1. I used to get it from there and get a lot of the Japanese books before it was popular to do it. You know, like the early 2000s and paying a grip for it, and it was worth it. And I would just look at each frame as like, okay, this is how he drew Dudley. This is how they did this. This is how she did this. This is how she drew this. And just study visually. And then I learned a lot of animation from that, other sources growing up as a child. But long story short, wrote a bunch of design documents once I understood what a design document was. Went ham, and then my good friend and brother, God bless his soul, David Cotton, was like, you need to do a smaller project. That's not so big. You got this, 2D and 3D, but you need to do a smaller project. You need to do something that's simple to get your palette wet, and then you can actually do something larger. And he was right. And people actually know now that that's actually the philosophy for making your games, make something smaller. Technically, this is getting larger than I wanted it to be, but yeah. So I wrote this doc 25 years ago. Oh, I gotta fix that bug. And this doc is actually what got me hired into Rockstar, because that's when we were out, the launch of the PS2. Kahl-One was there, Sam Hauser, Dan Hauser, Terry Von and everybody was there. And Jamie King was the one. God, I love him. Jamie King, wherever you are, bro. Shout out to Jamie King. But yeah, it got me on board about a year later after me knocking on their door, literally and figuratively. And yeah, that's that was kind of it. Started right. I wrote the document. I literally showed them the document in its early phases with all my early piss and vinegar bullshit's gonna be the best thing ever. Blah blah blah. Everybody thinks they're gonna be the best thing ever. But yeah, wrote this, shared it. They excuse me. Huge chunk missing. Wrote this. Then had everybody I was hanging with at the time, my good friends and buddies from Empire Arcadia, which consisted of Sanford Kelly. These are those. If you guys are from the fighting game community, you know these names. So it consisted of everybody, man. Desmond, Sanford, Justin, Yipes, freaking Quadira. Just all legends in the fighting game community. And Jermaine Anthony Clark, just all people in fighting games and game design and game love. And we were doing at the time we were doing we were doing Videoland with Isaiah Johnson, and now known as Triforce Johnson. That's a whole other chapter that I actually want to do a film series on, but one foot in front of the other first. But long story short, my good friend and still good friend right now, hoorah, he's in the military. His old name, I should say dead name. Sebastian Rothwin, he's in the military right now. He actually he was working in web design in Flash at the time, when it was still Macromedia. And he basically was like all the stuff with animation, with the light box and everything in my 8.5 by 11 pages that I just kept doing and scanned it in. Do all your animation frames, save it to the computer, blah, 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 get it all in Photoshop, and he puts it together through Flash. We had a visual demo. It was a lot of work. It was beautiful. It was non-playable, but it was a visual video demo. It came with a huge deck all on a CD. And yeah, literally walked around and shopped it around, and that's how I got it with Rockstar. We went up to Rockstar when they were first, when they were first doing the mid touches on GTA 3, and sat down with them, showed it to them, got hired by them, and he was basically on hiatus for a long time. Got out the industry, was working with Gameloft and Scholastic and a few other people, and then I got to THQ, revised the design document, and the only other person I knew who knew this, he works now with Sony Bend, is Ryan Harvey, my good boy. What's good? Shout out to Ryan Harvey. If you're looking at this, what's good? And I showed him design documents, you got to make this, while we were playtesting and doing early design for Frontlines Fuel of War, Homefront, after Frontlines Fuel of War. Blah. So yes, this is 25 years of a design document. Fortunately, the whole market changed. I keep my ear to the ground. I stay with all forms of tech. I don't I archive everything. So, Unreal is out. I was learning Unreal 3.5 when I was with THQ. 4 drops, I'm out of THQ. 5 drops, and I'm seeing everybody doing all this shit. I'm like, why am I not doing this? And, one thing led to another. I got to play test this brother's game, Visagens. Shout out to the developer Visagens. And I was like, I can do this. I know the entire method of how this was done. This is the Guilty Gear method. I know how to do this. This is the Guilty Gear method. They use 3D models. They use 3D polygons, alpha blended sprites. I can do this. I literally wrote a doc on this 20 years ago. And I just said, forget it. And I started working on it. Got 5.4. Was all over the place with the tutorials. And I found Cobra Code. Shout out to Cobra Code. Saved my life literally and figuratively with this. And I just absorbed it the way I did everything with filmmaking. And, same workflow, same method of approaching everything. Teach myself everything in piecemeal, same way I teach my students. I was teaching film production and post-production. Same thing. I was like, okay, same method. Learn this, learn that, pick up what I learned, what I remembered from 3.5. And one thing led to another. Like, hey, let me just add all the skills that I have with drawing. I had to wake my skills back up. Like, okay, got to get back into my manga. I kept saying I was going to do it. Let's freaking do it. Stop procrastinating. Here we are. Here we are. I had to learn everything with visual scripting. I learned it back when it was still called Kismet in 3.5. Oh, that has got to get fixed. And I just picked up where we left off, and now I'm addicted to it. Like, now I just leave blueprints open. It's like crack. Like, I used to be so scared of it. Now I embrace it like it's a drug. Because it's like, that's where all the sauce is. That's where everything is in the blueprints. I mean, if you know C, that's even more so. But for me, I'm going to see more visual. So I work where my strengths are. So yes, that's Legendary Heroes. Long story short, that's how I made this. I started working on this officially. Woo. I want to say about now 5 to 6 months ago. And I just found my old zip disks, found my old CDs, fixed all the stuff from, CompuServe GIF format into modern PNG format, fixed the alpha blending, and then I started learning everything with Clip Studio. I said, okay, I got a bunch of hand-drawn stuff from 20 years ago. Some stuff looks good still. The character stuff, the main characters don't look good anymore. I redrew the characters, but the enemies can stay. I just had the kicker, basically. And Kesuke. I had the kicker and Kesuke. And I was like, well, they still look great. Just clean them up. And I started drawing on everything else, and here we are. Everything is a method of a mix of skills from concept art that I do for so many clients with, how to get background work done, my own work, mix of other work, hand-drawn work, photographs, redrawing photos. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm basically using every single skill that I have, including martial arts. And like his walk. I rotoscoped that. I did his walk, did it on a cell phone, and then just Ralph Bakshi'd that shit. And just took each one and just rotoscoped and drew over every frame. And for certain things, like, it's a lot. It's a lot. But yes, that's Legendary Heroes when I started officially 6 months ago. Conceptually 25 years ago. And all things considered, everything goes well. This is the first step, because there's a lot more planned. There's a lot. So I got to get this first one out the way. Holding my promise to Dave and to myself. I like it so much better that I made him block now. It's just so much more interesting. Let's spar soon. Not bad, sir. Let's spar soon. But who is this? Who this, Brad? Who this? Evil business. Who this? Well, let's spar soon. Wait. That's another channel you're waking up. Who this? Am I talking to somebody that I know normally or somebody that can beat my ass? Either way, I'm ready. Oh, that is a bad bug. I gotta fix that. I gotta fix the rotational bug. Not bad, sir. Fucking cool. Thank you. Hey. So yeah, I have essentially you can also crouch and do your target combo, and he does the spinning hook kick. And add some more frames to it. But it looks good so far. It needs more frames. It just needs more frames. It needs like 10 more frames. This jab is okay. Yeah, jab, medium, heavy, or jab, strong, fierce, right? But light, medium, heavy. I got you press light and medium at the same time and forward. You get his lunging special, which is a short range projectile as well. It's good for entry. We're good for like meaty entry in order to start a combo. But you gotta watch out because they will blast you back. You cannot mash. It seems like you can. You can't. I made it. An old friend from Pallet Town. Old friend from Pallet Town. Oh, what you call it? It's, what you call it? God damn it. Justin? Oh, Jesus. Justin or Vinny? Who this? We threw bones together? I'm pretty sure we probably have. Lord knows I'm rusty. Okay, bang. This has to get fixed. This frame rate drops. And it's because I'm probably using too many layers of fire. Excuse me. I have him on a randomizing integer on dialogue. I'm just learning a lot of the stuff, so I'm just absorbing all of it. All these details. What? Did I make it you go walk all the way down? I guess so. Ash? Ashley? Ash? What? Whole name? I'm so lost. Ash. I'm sorry. I'm sound mad rude right now. 8. Can I make it you can block that, right? Not block that. Crouch that. Okay, you can crouch. Okay, you can crouch a high kick. Okay, yes. You can't crouch the knee, of course. And make it a knife that can actually hit them too. Nut punches are a go. Yes. Hey, what's good? Okay, alright, enough of this. Alright. Time to turn alright, I gotta turn myself on. Alright, enough. Let's go. I made the game so I could be good at it too, not just y'all. That's good. What? I know you're back here. Lead up. Super. Let's corner you. Guard. Stay guarding. Don't get too saucy. That's my fault. My fault. Got greedy. Ooh. Okay. See, you got to back up. You get. Oh my God! Yeah, that's my fault, and I looked at that was my fault. I looked at the phone and got blasted in my face. That's the way it's supposed to happen. See, I write the distance logic, and even I get caught. That's the idea. It has to constantly be different every time you play it. His distance keeps changing, so his behavior changes based on distance, and it happens in milliseconds. I love that. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping that. Ash. I need full name. Ash. I am feeling so bad right now. Evil business. Ash. I'm not connecting it. I'm not connecting it right now between the two names. This is like Dragon Ball with all the wind movement. Wait, no. Oh, Jason. It is not literally Mummy Dust. But I guess. Leave me alone. Oh, yes, the controller UI. I gotta put this in 4K. I thought the controller UI would be decent at 1080p. It's at least got to be at like 1440p. Oh, man. So yeah, the Kunoichi are spawning too early, so that's a problem. Like they're spawning before I even get to the volume, and they're not supposed to. So I need to see what that is. It might be, now that I'm saying it out loud, it's most likely because the spawn volume is just reacting to the world dynamics. And I have several volumes. Like I have a color grading volume on, So it's probably reacting to that. What up, bruv? Love your work. Keep up good work. Oh, of course, Jason. Of course. What you call it? That's my brother, Jason Nurse. Been through thick and thin with me. He knows exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to everything regarding Videoland, like Empire Arcadia. He was there for a huge chunk of it. With everybody, of course, with Sanford, with Justin, freaking Jerron, Desmond, Kadira, everybody. It's just like I didn't realize it. We was around. We were raising ourselves around legends, you know. And the big thing I was like, I didn't want to get heavy into the competition, even though I got the Spirit 4. But it's like I don't want to keep being annoyed at everybody's issues. I want to make my own. You know, it's like I'm tired of complaining about people's games. It's been a long time since New York Mixed Martial Arts. You can hear me in silence trying to thread this together, right? Jason, this is build 28. This is build 28. Hey. Actually, now that you even mention it, I really need to do something with this film, with New York Mixed Martial Arts, because now I didn't realize now it's part of a pantheon. You know, it's like I'm over here looking up to the Smashing Machine. It's like, holy shit, I made the Smash. Well, not as critical, or maybe it's up to y'all to decide. I can't decide. You know, it's like I can't be the one to say it's great. Y'all have to decide that. Double this palm. Let's go. I guard. Oh. See, I gotta fix that. It's a bit of a velocity issue because they're zooming around too fast. See, I think what's happening is that it's multiplying the velocity, and it's like, you know, if he's knocking me back by 1,000, it's also counting the combo, so it goes to like 2,000. So I think that's what's happening. In one hand, I like it, but in another hand, it's like sometimes it's knocking me back too far. Tenfold about to try and load it on Steam. Let's see, go to my try it out. I'll load up 28 for you tonight, actually, because this is 28 that I'm playing right now. I'll load up 28 for you so you can check it out. Because 28 has the whole, you know, disclaimer in the beginning. There's a lot of little stuff I'm just adding, you know, all the little details now. So I just leave the editor open like a painting on an easel. You know, I'll just pick at it like, oh yeah, I gotta add this, or I gotta add that, you know, and just add that stroke and add or erase that. You know, so that's the way I'm treating it now, and it's good because that's how I treat everything else when I'm working on it. You know, I'll do like a huge chord chunk, and then I'll slow down and I'll just live in it. I'll leave it open and just live in it, live around it. So yeah, this is a pretty sick project. Thank you. Even though I don't deserve the praise because I'm trying to remember your face right now and it's killing my soul. I like the way that I have to do a audio cue for her. Like she has to give cues on what's going on around you. In addition to the old sage. His velocity issues are a little wonky. I gotta figure out why that is. Why couldn't he keep spawning down? Don't y'all be coming down here. See, that's the enemies triggering the volume. Yeah, I like the hand-drawn one of Chin better. I don't mind drawing digitally completely, but I'd rather just color digitally. And if I can do the feature pieces, you know, the cutscene pieces, the dialogue pieces, hand-drawn. On paper, it's all hand-drawn. But on paper and scan it, I would rather do that because I'm much more free. I can add much more detail because I'm just used to it more. And I move faster. I just move faster. You know, there's of course the element of cleanup, but when you're drawing things digitally, I found that there's an element of cleanup with that as well. So it's like one for one trade at the end of the day. Now the animations, that's getting drawn digitally. You bugging? I am never drawing on paper and scanning via Lightbox ever again. Were you able to get the time? Let's see. Were you able to get timing on the wind gust when a strike happens? Yes, I have it on what's considered to be. So how do I explain this? So basically, you have what's considered to be component volumes or actor volumes, and they can react based on what it is, whatever properties you give them. Like for instance, right? You see how I'm walking through this, but this is solid above me. What I do is that I make this sprite have no collision. The one underneath me has collision, and the one above me has collision. So these are considered to be blocking volumes. And I actually tuned this collision. I actually drew the collision around these. I love that about Unreal. I actually redrew the collision around the sprite so it could be more attuned with the way it looks. See what I mean? So when he slides, it's much more intuitive to the actual drawing. So what I can also do is make this, like for instance, these elements that are without collision, I can make it where these have behavioral properties. So I can say, when I walk into this, this happens. Or when I touch this, this happens. And that's different. Walk into and touch are different properties, mind you. So I can be like, I walk into something, and I walk out of something, or I touch something. That's already 3 different properties. So this is on component overlap. See? This is component end overlap. Right? So I can have on component begin overlap, character strikes. On component end overlap, character jumps. So when the enemy is coming towards me, and say this volume, imagine this volume right here, this rock right here is invisible and is attached to the chest of the enemy. When he walks towards me, this invisible volume is in front. So when he comes towards me and it overlaps me, he kicks. And when I get hit, it backs me up. But because I'm now knocked out of the volume from getting backed up, now he has another behavioral property. And it's a constant chain reaction. And I multiply that by 10 to 20 enemies on screen. And that's how you have a fight. That's just one example. One example. These fireflies I use as a method of guiding the player. So, I mean, it's kind of obvious here. But I didn't want to have it where it's like, hey, look, do this. It's like, no, it has to be more immersive. I don't like yanking the player out of the experience in order to give them something that breaks a fourth wall, like a tutorial. The tutorial should be the gameplay or part of the gameplay. I forgot I had that Kunichi spawning up here. Hey! Get off. No. Back up. Woo, Jesus Christ. Get off me. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. And for the spawn volume! Guard that. You mother... I forgot I have them spawning at a faster rate, and that's good. I want the sense of panic here. That's good. Okay, and up we go. In the bootleg version of getting into the actual castle or the temple. Basically, it's like my expression of how it was done in Wheels on Meals, where Jackie and Yunbyu had to climb the castle. That's this. Even with the sticks, I had to put sticks because can't jam something in there and jump up. But yeah, I wanted to have this story type of continuity, so people that understand Wheels on Meals and the Spartan X connection, it's a big, yeah. Absolutely, Thomas. Of course, Egan, who I have to get his logic going. So these are the 2 characters. Chin and Egan is going to be the second character, and he's the kicker, with Chin being the puncher. Northern kicks, southern fists. So But we've been kidnapped. I should put that in the foreground, actually. We'll hit you up soon. What the hell? Hell yeah, hit me up. Okay, so we'll just do one more of this level and we'll wrap it there. But y'all, thank you. Please let me know how you feel about this more. Post broadcast, of course, as well. I'm constantly working on this. We're going to be showing the demo alongside Defender North. My boys, what's good? The Defender North. We're going to be showing it under the City Gaming label at the Javits Center for Anime NYC, and you'll be able to find us downstairs. We're going to be, God, a lot of these scenes got to get fixed. You'll be find us downstairs. Oh yeah, the foreground cop. Yes, I want to make the foreground cop there actually more of a blur. It's supposed to be distracting. That's the idea, but it has to be more transparent and softer. Right now, the image is too hard, and that's what's making it unattractive. So once I get it where it's more of a blur and it softens and blends, then it'll be a lot better. But no, you're right, and I have to fix that. You're absolutely right. But yeah, we're gonna be showing at down at the Play NYC section with the other game developers, game designers, what you call it, gamers in general, because that's where all the games are. So there's a lot of arcade games. Aside from being with Legendary Heroes, you're probably going to find me on the Initial D cabinet. And yes, I'm going to enter Third Strike. If get another person asking me, yes, I'm going to enter Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. I'm probably going to get washed because I'm mad rusty. So I'm gonna probably need like a week of Ryu and jump on Fightcade and just get wash the rust off. But yes, honey, yeah, yes, Andy, yes, Charlie, I'm gonna jump in Third Strike. Besides, I gotta promote Legendary Heroes. So let me take some lumps for the promotion of Legendary Heroes. Let me get my butt beat. Let me get my ass kicked. Oh God. Who else was asking that? Freaking Fu Young was asking that also. So it's like Fu Young was asking it also. One of the most godlike Chun-Li's out there. So I was like, all right, I guess I can't just go for Legendary, So who else was that? Dr. B was asking me. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just. Besides, it'd be good. Pick up some of the extra pointers that I could probably clean up with Legendary Heroes from learning from the master source, which is Third Strike. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike is the goal as far as quality of animation is concerned with this project. And you can see I'm pushing in certain areas, but right now it's more Marvel vs. Capcom 2, X-Men vs. Street Fighter than Third Strike. Certain elements are getting Third Strike like, but it just needs more. It needs more. It needs more. Going to be weapons to use for this one? No, Legendary Heroes is no weapons. However, there are weapons-based characters that are in plan within the document. And actually, one of them absolutely has to get done. Well, two of them. One is a boss, and one is going to be a later unlockable character. Most likely, everybody's going to forget this anyway. But yes, so in that case, there will be weapons-based characters, but they are not pick-upable weapons for this. I didn't actually want that for this. I didn't want that. I wanted this to be very fighting game centric. Your weapons are your abilities, your tools, and your upgrades. And I didn't want to have it where you just completely break that and it's like, I'm going to swing a pipe now. It's like, I have all of these martial art elements that are just hyper advanced, and I'm just going to do a John Wayne haymaker with a pipe. You know what I mean? I could go super double dragon style and have it where they're a little bit more educated with the weaponry, but most of the time I find like the weapons to be a kind of... This is me for my design. I find weapons for certain beat 'em ups to be more of immersion breaker and or a method of taking a break on their own linear redundant gameplay. With a lot of games where your only method is to press one button and you occasionally have like a super or a get off of me attack occasionally, a weapon is a breath of fresh air. But with a game that has a move list that's like Street Fighter 2, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. You have super special attacks, cancels, everything that I'm pushing, as far as frame cancels, roaming cancels. There's a lot of stuff. And if you're very familiar with this method, like a pick-upable weapon is, it would break the flow. That's the biggest thing. It would break the flow, and I did not want to break the flow because you have a lot of stuff that you can do just for brute force, much like if you did have a weapon. So yes, that's the answer to that. In addition to the bugs I'm still trying to fix. And another thing also is that I wanted to have it where, not wanted to have it, I have it now. Where certain enemies guard at certain attacking patterns. So you cannot abuse a specific single attack over and over and over again. Like the kicker is not going to be able to do that. You cannot. Even if you try to do straight heavy attacks, it won't work. Because he's going to counter because the heavy attacks take more time to execute. Did he just knife him out of the air and back? You see what I'm talking about? These physics? Hey. So that was a method that I borrowed from, what do you call it? Believe it or not, 2 games where you have to be able to fight differently at a different pace, tempo, according to each enemy. It's not just mash. You have to change it up. And that I learned from 2 games, Radiant Silvergun and Ikaruga. And I wanted to add that element to this. See, he's going to get used to me doing mid, so I have to change it up. See, too many mids. See, now he's backing me up, see? And then he jumps off. See? And it backs me up. See? So you can't abuse it. You have to change it up. And that's the idea. No easy buckets, baby, says the person who doesn't play ball. Okay, the jump logic works better. That's good. I like that. I don't know where homing went over there. I gotta put a blocking ball in there, I think. Can you jump there? No. Hey! There you are. Look at the health. I'm gonna say, you have to help me set up Fight Kate. I haven't played competitive Third Strike in years. Oh, that's easy. Not a problem. Whipple implementation in Streets of Rage was excellent use of weapons because some actions were specific for characters like Axel. No, yeah, that I do like. But for a game like with SOR, their move list is much smaller. It's essentially where you're just pressing one button and then the combos come out on impact, on opponent impact. Whereas with me, I really like the way the jab came out. But with me, it's excuse me. Ugh, that sounded so narcissistic. With this project, everything is based on actual frame what do you call it? Frame linking. So that's not connected. What I mean is that the move list is much more plentiful, and it's not based on impact. It's based on execution. So the whole thing with having that is, I'm gonna say for now, not necessary. But you never know, because like within a year or two with this full release, I may be like, you know what? Maybe one weapon script could help, or maybe 2. So that's where this, actually it could expand with that, with more frames of animation. But yes, that's entire. Yeah, it's possible, but with the scope of the title as of right now, that's not where I'm going with it. Yet. In one hand, I want to fix that. On the other, I like the knives being like that, where it's just based on the physics, because the actor gets destroyed later anyway. I kind of like that element where it's just there and you just have to be wary. I think I'm gonna keep that. Like, I'm running into like certain elements that are happy accidents, and I'm just gonna keep them because I like the way it is and I want to have it as a gameplay element. And that's what I mean about certain things where the game starts to talk to you and you don't talk to it anymore. After a while, it starts talking to you. It starts telling you what kind of game it wants to be, even though you got a plan for it. And I think that's awesome, especially with real-time physics. It really hammers that home. Oh, I did not mean to do that that time. I knew better than that. You're going to have to back up with your big ass. Oh, I know not to mash the target combo, and I did it anyway because it's a bad habit. That's a bad time. There you go. So you can guard his close range, but that one hit kill, you cannot guard that. Yes, on purpose. Ichigeki Hisatsu. Ichigeki Hisatsu! See that? It goes cute. That was, yep. Alright, folks. That's it for now. I'm about to fire up the editor and hop on some work. I'm gonna take a short break. Thank you so much for tuning in on this. This is the beginning. It's the first step. But this is hopefully y'all can see where I'm going with this. And it's gonna keep going. So yeah. As he said, as things are, this is welcome because I'm tired of action roller lights. This shit, bro. Good night. Thank you so much, Jay. Everybody, Evil Business, Shin, freaking Josh. Everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Postmortem, thank you. People jumping in on you from YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. Everybody jump in. Thank you. Of course, I got to give the little spiel, like, share, and subscribe, of course. But I most of all would love to hear your feedback on the project. What you're thinking. And, if you want to see more, what you would like to see more of. So, yeah, that's all I got. I love y'all. Thank you again. That's all I got. I'll see y'all soon. Probably catch you on some, probably some Assetto Corsa or something like that. Peace.